Oh, we're here. Cool. Jesus. Alright. We're in the Rock Village.
Well, the situation here stinks worse than a lurker's armpit. Before Blue Sage's disappearance, he journaled significant trouble in all of the surrounding areas. Of particular interest to me is the dark eco-infection of some innocent plants in the Precursor Basin. Kira will teleport your Agrav Zoomer to the nearest transpad. Ride the Zoomer to a green eco vent, and then carry the green eco to the corrupted plants.
Okay.
Don't miss a single plant, or the infected ones will slowly reinfect the healthy ones. And Daxter, start
Okay, so which one should I go with? I'm gonna go with one of these three.
With what?
I'm fucking sending images through Discord, like one of these for the fucking background banner.
Who are you?
Apparently, the precursor
the bird.
structure
Nothing.
just off the coast leads to an underwater lost city. The Blue Sage has been trying to figure out how he can bring one of the chambers to the surface, but he was never successful. You should check it out.
Aren't there a lot of lurker sharks in that water?
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Of course not. Just looking out for Jack here. You know what a chicken he can be.
Well, if you swim out over the coral reef, I doubt the lurker sharks will bother you. They don't like shallow water.
Okay, shallow water. Got it.
There we go.
Oh, you're sending me things. I did not know this.
Yeah, I send in these things.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's creepy looking, that face on the belly.
That's actually in its mouth. Like
Oh.
it straight up popped out of its mouth. It's quite nasty.
Oh,
Middle
crap. I
one's
forgot
just...
to adjust the audio.
Right. Where's fucking Zeta?
I don't know. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I had to adjust the audio, everybody. That's way better.
Until we find out why the Blue Sage disappeared, you're going to need to collect 45 power cells to fuel his machine. Go get them.
45!
This stone is very old.
You two look like a couple of capable fellows. I've got a research project going, and maybe you could help me out.
Hey, we're the ones on a big quest here. We ask you for help.
Well, perhaps we can help each other. I've been studying the burrowing habits of lightning moles in the Precursor Basin next to our village for years. But now those awful lurkers have scared the moles to the surface. And since they're blind as bats, they can't find their way back underground. If you could herd them back into their burrowing tunnels, you might just save their lives. I've got a power cell that says you can do it.
Yeah, lightning moles. We care. Maybe for 2 power cells.
Nice try. But I would be willing to part with another power cell if you two find me 90 precursor orbs for my research equipment. Fair enough? Oh, you have the orbs. Here's a power cell we agreed upon.
Yeah, power cell. What's that?
Beware of the dark light, for it has twisted the fate of one of you. Bring me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
That's outrageous.
Oh yeah.
What's this way? Precursor Basin. touch it. Come on. Wait, what is this for? Are these the lightning moles?
That's one of those flying lurkers. He might have a power cell.
Oof. How did I miss? Gotcha, boy. Where'd he go? He didn't have a power cell. That sucked. You right there, bootleg?
I'm fine.
Oh, okay, you're just
I'm
quiet.
here.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Those dark eco boxes are...
I'm talking to fucking Zaya, who's fucking...
Where's that portal gonna take me?
Oh, hold on, I want to try this again.
Huh?
Try this again real quick.
Okay. Well, you're inviting him again?
Yeah.
I already sent him one. What'd he say?
Fucking, I think there's some confusion, something's not working right here. Not sure.
Why don't they just get in the hole?
Because it
I've
sucks.
said it before, I'll say it again. Avoid the dark eco boxes!
I'm going to die.
One ring down, a bunch to go.
What's the rings do?
Quick! You've got to fly through each ring before they turn off. Those must be the infested plants old Lognarden was talking about.
I'm stuck on this rock. This is tough. Come on. Jesus. That took too long.
You keep on impressing me. But then maybe it's just because I've got low expectations. Okay, your moment of gloating is over. Get on with it.
What was that? Why isn't he saying anything in the chat? Come on. Come on. No! Oh my god, that's complete crap and you know it. Come on, get down there. Bonked you. Okay, you listen here, mother. Get in the goddamn hole.
Let's
There
go
we
get
go.
our power cell from the geologist.
have one? Oh, he did not. Lula, you are just quiet, my boy.
I'm tired. I'm hurting.
You're the one who said you were up for this!
I was. I'm tired and my eyes are fucking hurting because, like, I don't even fucking know, really. Ugh.
Oof. You gotta at least make it to an hour mark, then I'll let you go.
No. No, I will make it to an hour.
Oh, alright. But your boy there, he ain't gone
What's
now,
her
is he?
feelings too? Thank you for saving those moles. That's awfully good of you.
Yeah.
Here's a power cell to help you out. Now I can get back to my research.
He invited me.
Alright, hold on. There, invite him.
Okay. This should work.
Here is another power cell for your quest. For your sacrifice, I offer you a power cell.
There we go. And hopefully it should work.
I bought both those eye sockets.
Nice.
Ooh, that burned.
Oh, no, not another hero. I lost my shorts on this so-called hero's big fight against the monster up there. Trust me, the smart money's on the monster. That wager pretty much tabbed me out. So, I got a proposal. Bring me 90 orbs to get me back on my feet and out of this barrel, and I'll give you a power cell in return. And if you're game, I do have one more bet online. My big comeback. Beat the record time racing Dead Man's Gorge in the Precursor Basin, and I'll get a pretty payoff. For that, I'll give you another power cell.
Another power cell. Okay, you gotta fix that echo there.
Oh, my aching head.
Hello?
I thought that's one of your vital organs. Walk it off,
That is
tough
not
guy.
a good echo.
Oh, sure, I was tough once. Maybe even the toughest
on
of
my
them
end?
all.
Yeah.
I single-handedly defended this village from those horrid creatures for almost a year. Then that horrible monster arrived and commenced the boulder bombardment. So, full of valor,
That's annoying.
armor shining in the sun, I climbed the hill to
Is
take
it like
him
really
on.
bad or?
But
This
he
is not- it's like
pounded
it's
me like
loud.
one
I think it's gone now.
tenderizes a yakkow steak.
Have
Yeah,
you
it's
tried
fine now.
attacking him with your melodrama?
We
Because
good?
it's killing me.
Yeah.
After my last stunning
Okay.
failure, he sealed the passageway to his roost with a 30-ton boulder, leaving no way for anyone to challenge him again. So, our sage, a master of blue eco and a mechanical genius, devised a machine capable of lifting the boulder out of the way. But alas, he disappeared before we
Are you
had a
guys looking
chance
at
to
the,
turn
what's it called? The
And
Blue
he
Sage's
took all
lightning
his
beam
power
thing?
cells with him.
Oh, yeah, they're talking about the...
At least I was able to pull enough pontoons out of our bridge to prevent that monster from coming down here to do me harm.
Okay.
Yeah, good job, tough guy. But we're gonna need you to put him back and stuff.
Oh, sure. And seal my
I'm just
doom.
watching the bid footage via YouTube right now.
All right. Fine. Bring me 90 precursor orbs and I'll let the pontoons loose. But I'm not going to fight that monster again.
Okay. I can make that. Huzzah!
think it's just a video.
Oh. Okay. Underwater level, got it.
Underwater level, got it. My second favorite area of the game. Okay, yeah, that's not too with that. Never mind the phone way. Oh well. Yeah. What's good with y'all guys?
Not much. Dinners and stuff.
He's not up for the stream anymore. He's too tired. He's a sleepy boy.
Dude, trying to do Twitch crap is boring.
Well, why did you do it?
Because I want to fucking do shit.
I touched the wall.
How much have you guys played of the game?
I
I beat
played it
the
when
whole
it first
game.
came out. Yeah, same here. I played the entire series.
Played all of them.
Except for the Daxter one.
Yeah, aside from X, Frontier, and Daxter, I've basically played 2 and 3 once, and I've played 1 countless times.
I think 2 is the first one I ever played. And like, I just played that over and over again until I lost the disc, and then I rebought it, and then I just played that over and over again. And then beat 1, and then played 3 for a while, and then back to 2.
I'll never get tired of platformer collectathons.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Demo. Ouch.
Still think the way they made Jak season freaking like Australia is awesome.
Oh yeah, the Renegade thing, I heard that earlier.
Yeah. They did a whole I think they did even a different box art for it too. It's crazy.
Spiky balloon boy.
I'm like, Stretcher? Yuck. Revenant?
Yeah, no, like Jak, like the freaking Renegade one looks way different.
Sorry if I'm being kind of quiet. I'm trying to figure out if the thing is speaking past whenever I actually say something.
Oh, that's alright. That's fine. Didn't make it. Did I just walk on water? Wait, can I run on water when I'm boosted again?
Nah.
Nah.
Oh man, that would have been cool.
Yeah. Like, the box art for the game, like, you have the one for Australia, which is way different from, like, the regular one we got here in America.
Alright, right there, that was just crap. Oh, I hit the nub.
Like, the Renegade one actually looks like it's a movie poster. Weird.
Wow, that was easy. Ooh, that was close.
A later section is going to be a little more difficult.
A little more.
Whenever I first got into Jak and Daxter, I played the first one, and then I got the second game, but the game wouldn't like load or anything, so I just played the third one instead until I got the collection for PS3.
Originally, I think it would like I would play 2 when I was like 4 or 5, play, and then got stuck on the tank section. Said screw that. Like you know what I'm talking about, right? The tank that friggin' rolls over with the spikes and all that.
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yeah, whoever's listening to this.
Yeah, the tank section really sucked.
Yeah. Got to that, just gave up like after the umpteenth try and just threw it. Lost the disc. Had to buy a new one years later down. They started on like the 4th attempt, man.
Shoopty.
Whoop.
Oh, that was close. And that's how you stealth. Oh, that door don't open.
Nice.
Sweet.
Dun 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 dun.
Lovely.
Hoo! Hoo!
On my YouTube channel, which I personally still think that I'm quite boring on my own, but so like I play the games and stuff on my channel with a buddy of mine who I call Zio. I still love just seeing his reaction to some of these games that are like super simple and easy most of the time.
Yeah. Also, sometimes the reactions are like the best and you can ever get.
Oh, I just gotta
But
touch him.
yeah.
I just gotta give him the touchies. I'm blasting through this. Dang it, I thought I could make it in time.
Nope.
Haha! I timed it. That I did not do. That I did not do. Echo.
Go.
I am going to die.
That's what I've always thought it was.
Yeah.
That don't look too safe.
Wow! You raised a piece of the underwater ruins to
It's
the surface.
a shallow section, so you
It
can
seems
swim.
you can use eco in ways we've never seen before. A power cell surfaced with
That
the
freaked
room.
out my other
Climb
buddy
up there
Zio
and get
too,
it.
on his first Let's Play, or playthrough. And getting on top of that pond thing was also one of my other biggest trials when I first played through the game, when I was much younger.
Yep, that's gonna be tough because it's not edged.
Yeah. So just whenever it gets to its like lowest point, just walk off and do that. Yeah, there you go. Y'all guys have any interesting stories for whenever you go to play the game?
What do you mean by
You didn't
interesting
know much
stories?
about it.
By interesting story, what do you mean?
Like, like for instance, like
a glitch or something.
I mean that too, but like, whenever I was much younger, like 6 or 7, and I was first playing through the game on PS2, a cousin of mine was like with me hanging out, and we were playing through the game, going through the first like section, Seminole Beach, Forbidden Jungle, and then we finally get to the point where I have to like drive through Fire Canyon for the first time. I don't know if it's a common. Yeah, not for me. Yeah, basically, like, I was getting all, like, hot and sweaty just trying to go through. Like, I was really that into it. And so I've got, like, I'm just, like, trying to, like, make my way through Fire Canyon, and my cousin's sitting over by my side, like, saying, like, cold things, because for some reason that was our logic at the time.
What do you mean cold things?
Like, ice. Or stuff like that, I guess.
Yeah.
This don't look too good.
I got a bad feeling about this.
It's a trap!
Jack, run! The dark ego is rising!
Up I go, peel!
This also killed me the first few times I did it.
Off of me.
Just one of those things where, like, it seemed so difficult in the past, and then, like, now you can do it without even thinking too much about the
Oh
past.
nah, man, I was a gaming prodigy!
Sure.
Oh no. When it came to my family, oh no, we were all gamers.
I've got a lot of gamers in my family too. It's just slow startup, I guess.
Oh no. Me mother was the one that taught us how to play.
In my case, it was like, my dad used to be kind of a gamer. Well, not really. He used to just play, like, mostly racing games and, like, maybe Tekken every now and then.
Oh my god.
But,
Yeah.
Now.
in my case, I've played pretty much every game under the sun. And then, like, you have my little sister who's like, I want to play, like, Minecraft, or I want to play fucking, like, very limited, not many interests. The one thing that's common is, like, she's a big fan of Pokemon and all that, and so that's kind of cool.
Good.
She doesn't like the old ones too much.
Bad.
Especially, she does not like Platinum.
Bad. That's not good.
She doesn't like Platinum. I tried to, like, freaking, I bought it for her, and she freaking just doesn't like it. She likes Sun and Moon better.
What's there not to like Platinum? It actually had, like, Giratina is, like, my favorite Pokemon ever besides Lugia.
Yeah, it's like, it got one of the most epic Pokemon. It's got one of the most epic freaking, like, evil teams. Like, they just wanted to, they were like, oh, I'm gonna freaking just expand the land or expand the sea or do something stupid, like free all Pokemon, when in reality, just like, they're all kind of doing their own thing anyway.
Yeah.
No, they just wanted to basically be Thanos, but go full fucking universe destruction.
Yeah.
You mean Team Rainbow?
High stakes.
No. That's funny though. But,
No, that's
like,
literally all the freaking villains coming together.
I know.
Oh man, I played a lot of older games back when I was much littler, so I have a lot of respect for like the older games and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Apparently, my dad used to get his butt kicked by my mom in Mortal Kombat before I was born.
And that's how he proposed.
Oh no, that's a completely different story. But apparently, when they played Mortal Kombat together before I was born, but not whenever they were kids. Man, like my dad's excuse for why she apparently won all the time was apparently spamming an attack or something.
Scissor kick as Sonya Blade.
I think so, actually.
That was the most spammable thing ever.
Just
Ooh, I don't think I can make the run for that.
In my case, you're like, I kicked my dad's ass like fucking like 6 times.
What the hell? All I hear is just and I go to look down at the screen. You're in the water.
Yeah, because there's a delay, man.
Inquisition comes.
Oh yeah, I gotta go buy Barrel Man monies. Gotta go buy him the money.
The money.
The monies.
Oh yeah!
The
Need
moolah.
Rob to help me win my way back out of this battle.
Nero.
Here's the power cell, I promise.
Greenback.
Another funny thing. Part of why I really love like platformer collectathons is just the strange freedom you have to just like play around with like the older games like this one. I tried for hours on end trying to look inside the barrel to see if I could see something, to no avail. Tried jumping up behind him, on top of his head.
Good luck, boys.
Thought you were talking about regular barrels.
No, the gambler.
Shit, what would be
Tried
inside
for
regular? I'm like,
hours.
what's in regular barrels?
Yeah, there might be something inside the regular barrels.
Could be.
Oh crap, I forgot. I was supposed to give the hero some 90 orbs to release the crap. He was gonna give me the golden turd.
What's it called? To that area you're trying to unlock, Bogey Swamp is like my favorite area in the game. I don't know what it is about like swamp settings, but those are always my favorite places in games. Just the run down style, I guess.
Like one of my favorite ones is like Swamp.
Echo.
Like Dead.
Yeah, or swamp and like industrial factories or whatever, like in what's it called? Like the Donkey Kong Country games.
Yeah.
And so I expand my gun.
Man. The pink rings were always the easier ones for me to do. Screw the blue rings.
Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Yeah. Oh no! I sad now.
Honestly, the sad thing is I struggled with this like an hour when I was younger.
The hours we just put into some of our favorite games when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
I went the wrong direction. Where's the race?
In my case, it was more like the Sly Cooper franchise in this one, actually.
Oh yeah.
Those are easy.
Twisted Metal?
I don't know about that. I don't remember those that much.
I just fucking binged through friggin' Twisted Metal Black recently. That shit is
Forgot,
so fucking awesome.
Not yet.
God, I was supposed to get Area 51.
Dude,
Not
like,
a lot of people know about that game.
Sounds familiar, vaguely.
you know that old arcade game with like light guns? Like you shoot like these terrorists, alien things, and other such.
Somewhat similar to Contra and man, what's that other game called? With the or was it just called Contra? I can't remember.
It wasn't Contra. It's more like it's kind of like Contra, but not really. But you also have like you with terrorists and like zombie things. And it's like a first-person shooter, kind of like you would play with like Time Crisis or something like that, but with other cutscenes.
Yeah.
Are you comparing that to?
Nothing really comes to mind.
Are you comparing Area 51 to that?
Yeah.
No.
Gameplay-wise, it's kind of similar.
No, the freaking
Gameplay-wise.
the freaking cutscenes are like extremely good for the year it came out. I showed you that cutscene and you loved it.
Oh, that one. I was thinking of the other one.
Oh no, I showed you that cutscene of you know when they fell down the elevator.
Yeah.
That Area 51.
Also, you know what's funny?
But
I just googled Area 51. It shows up the thing. Apparently, the entire base is closed.
what?
Yeah, like the actual Area 151 base. Yeah. It says it's closed.
Like they shut it down?
Yeah.
Oh dang, Area 51's done doing business with aliens, everybody.
No more aliens for us.
Yay, no xenomorphs.
Yay.
Live long and bankrupt.
Yep.
There goes. Oh, I know I'm gonna get some freaking fire for this, but there goes Hillary's gamble of exposing Area 51.
Oh no, wait. It's just saying the airport near Area 51 is closed.
That would have been so much funnier if it actually was Area 51.
But the way they do it, no, the way that Google does it makes it look like it is. It just says Area 51 permanently closed, like with that friggin' thing across it. And it's got 3.8 stars and 624.
Yeah, sniper headshots.
And one of the first Google things is, I absolutely love the area. The food is amazing as well. I love the drinks.
I love the radiation poisoning. I love the radiation
Area
poisoning.
51 become a shopping mall.
Anyways, the staff members are wearing alien costumes and they look really cool.
Okay, this mother effer.
Like
Okay,
what?
this is-
Like you got Alf on the countertop, like, here's your change, and then you got like the xenomorph like bringing you your souffle or
Keep
something.
that mother effer
I'm
away
thinking
from
more
the
like
cats.
Paul, like Paul from that
Your
Paul
root
movie.
beer.
Eating mother effing cats. Sticking to you.
It's beautiful the shit I find that I look wrong with Google.
Yeah! Come here, bring me that booty. You looking mighty thick today, you lurker.
Man. Like, what if that was an actual thing, and then like the xenomorph was like, you know, like
Gotcha,
that
boy.
one sassy server at the bar or whatever.
Yeah, you look like a bartender.
What? What are we talking about?
Bartender xenomorph. Imagine that
Those
shit.
lurkers were no match
Right.
for your Zoomer. That's one
What about
more
xenomorphs?
sound.
You don't know whether to get angry at them for not making your drink right because they can't see, or just
What are you talking about? They can
sitting
see.
quietly there. No, they can't.
Yes, they can. How would they know where humans are at all times?
The video games don't. They have what's it called? Like
Sixth sense.
was it
They can see
that's all folks.
Echolocation?
Echolocation. Yeah, there you go. Echolocation.
There's also
They have
that and
echo-
heat or something like that, I think.
I mean, the closest I can think of as to like how they would actually be able to see is like that like electro sense thing or whatever that like sharks have.
Yeah.
Then they do perceive threats if you look at AVP, the game.
Yeah.
Where you play 6, the New Blood, and Recruit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know what I played on? You know what I played those difficulties on?
What?
Freaking Nightmare. And if you die on Nightmare, you start the entire chapter over.
Man. So that reminds me of how like last year I made a bet or a promise or whatever it is with like one of my other YouTube buddies about how I plan to eventually go into Dark Souls 2 and then eventually the other games and start doing like not speed runs, like challenge runs.
Well, if you do Dark Souls 2,
like a permadeath one. Have to restart the whole thing.
The whole series?
Anytime you
I'll
die.
say this, that will be impossible.
The entire... No, it's possible, it's just really freaking hard.
Listen here. There was, I think there was somebody who, if he would go through the games, but if he died, he would start the entire series over.
Yeah. Like in Dark Souls 2, they have a, like the illusory rings, one you use for like, or excuse me, not use, that you get for like not using any bonfires and seeing the ending. And then the other one you get for like not dying once.
But isn't there some parts where it requires you to die?
No, it's not like Dark Souls 1. There is no required death section or anything.
I played through the whole thing.
If you die, it's your own dang fault, or you can just blame the poison areas. Or the people who use bleed weapons. Screw those guys.
Oh yeah. And the people who fucking go Havel. The Havels. They're the worst. Not as bad as the Havel demons though. Those guys are fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
They basically take like the worst parts of the Smother demons in the fucking Havel, and then just go ham with whatever bullshit big weapon they have.
Yeah. Speaking of Havel, my least favorite boss fight of the entire Dark Souls 2 game, as far as I've played, is what was it called? The Grave Robber fight in the Sunken City DLC.
Here's your power cell, and I can go collect my big payoff.
Probably the longest boss fight that I've spent the most time on, not trying to complete, but just like in the fight specifically.
Oh, wonderful.
Like a whole 2 hours worth of time just slowly whittling away at the enemy's health and praying to the sun that the guys will not use their Estus flasks.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
I think
We just need 4 more orbs, and then I'll pass
I still
this
think the worst one
section.
is going to be fucking Fume Knight.
Jesus, we're 40% done with the
Oh
game.
yeah, I do have a probably one of like my one of my worst videos or whatever on my channel, but it's like weird music in the background that's comes with the Share Factory app or whatever. But I recorded like the sections where I like beat Fume Knight with a rapier.
How the fuck did you beat that
You don't have enough power
bullshit
cells to power
with
the
a
Blue
rapier?
Sage's machine. We can't
Okay,
lift that
so
boulder until
I
you
couldn't
collect
kill him with a
45
great
power
sword
cells.
because he'd kill me with his bigger one. He has the high ground. I tried killing him with a regular broadsword because I haven't gotten good with the bigger swords or whatever, so I'm used to using the tiny swords. That didn't work. So I decided I would go with a lightning rapier and just like poke his butt a bunch of times. And eventually, I did it. After like dying like 3 times or so, attempting with a rapier. Probably the most annoying thing trying to get him with the rapier is like that, like whenever he goes to like do the final like part of his animation, whenever he does that like big flame attack with his sword, and like the like final part as he goes to like unflame it or whatever you call it.
Where are these?
And the
Rats.
bullcrap hitboxes.
Yeah, the bullcrap hitboxes. That's the worst part of it.
Oh man.
Oh, fireballs.
I mean, the good news about it is, though, is like, while it does get harder the more people you summon, if you summon people who are fucking skilled and know what the fuck they're doing, and just like all of you work together to deal with the shit, it's really easy compared to using that one shitty NPC.
Yeah.
That's just actually too good. Why would they put somebody fucking fight with, like, cestuses as an ally? Literally, it's just 2 cestuses, nothing else.
I've tried using cestuses and no. I couldn't go One Piece Big Mom on the game.
Oh, what the fuck
sadly.
just happened? What?
I tried a lightning and fire cestus, did not work.
What did I touch that killed me? What is that, lava?
The water.
What's wrong with the water?
Poisonous or something?
I don't know, did you touch the vines?
He touched the black water.
Oh yeah, that kills you.
What is it?
It's like deadly tar,
Ouch.
I guess.
Tar, poison, some shit.
Pretty much.
Black goo.
Oh yeah, use that flame, the yellow eco to kill those swamp bats over there. They will fly at you.
Ooh, I touched the top of the water.
But oh yeah, this is like the area, even though it's my favorite area of the entire game, this is the area with that one side mission thing with like shooting the rats. Yeah, that's like the one precursor that I never go for.
Well, precursor.
Yeah.
Precursor cell, excuse me.
Power cell.
Ooh.
Power cell, yeah. Power
Same
cell.
shit, different name.
Pretty much.
Same metal, different material.
Same precursor crap.
Tomato.
Fireball,
tomato.
spaghetti.
I have yet to meet somebody who says tomato. Other than me, just when I say that phrase.
Yeah, but like aside from the phrase, who the hell says like freaking tomato? Who the hell says potato? What kind of backwards fucking idiot says potato?
Spagato? El Gato?
Somebody touch my spaghetti!
Somebody touch my potato!
My potato, no. What are you looking at, Ugly?
Oh yeah, that reminds me, the, the voices thing I told you about before.
Yeah.
I don't know what to start with.
What's in here?
Like, the one voice I can do really well is... You know Team 4 Star's Dragon Ball Z Abridged, right?
Are you talking about Vegeta, the prince of all the Saiyans?
Are you sure?
No, I refer to Cell, you know.
To stop the rats from coming out.
It's easy to do Cell, at least for me. But who
Oh
knows?
yeah, it's definitely very easy, I must say. And you, Mr. Krabs? I will get that Krabby Patty formula.
That's almost... that's pretty good, actually.
I told you, if I can
Wow, I
properly
love how the
voice it, I
spikes
can
didn't
do it.
hurt me.
You know, digital meatloaf ain't so bad.
I think the funny thing about that is, it's actually like, the funny thing about that is, it actually makes sense considering plankton actually eat light for fucking photosynthesis, and that was the whole joke of that.
Yeah, that's what I thought was really clever. Being the science buff I am, I just loved the genius behind that.
It's freaking genius, and it's
you can make all the wife beater jokes behind that all you want, but the true genius is just that science.
Science does what?
And just like there's like a whole joke thing there.
Yeah, I know. You can't
also,
stop me.
Rip Nürnberg.
We should shoot those big boulders.
They're fucking dead.
Hey, look what I did. I did something.
Did you see?
When did we start playing it? Elder Scrolls Online.
Me?
Looks like an anchor.
What are you talking about? What about Elder Scrolls Online?
That giant floating rock.
Oh.
I've never played.
I never did either.
I have Skyrim though.
Elder Scrolls Online? I played it. I'm a vampire in it. I died.
That looks like it hurt. Should I call for backup?
Yes. 41.
I've had so much fun playing Skyrim and what was it? Going around, completing everything.
You know, the fun thing to do is just like mod the hell out of it, and then like with what you have, like just do like random characters from random shows and such. Like I did a whole thing where I was like Jonathan from fucking JoJo Part 1.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo. Did that Fallout? I did that Fallout, so you're not remembering that one.
Hey man, don't talk about All Might like that. All Might is Johnny Bravo in disguise. I know one. Somebody in my house.
All Might.
Never mind, that's just me. There's a sexy stranger in my house. Never mind, that's just me.
Never mind. That's just me.
There you go, that's close enough.
Honestly, like the best one I can do is definitely like sell. Or,
the best I can do is.
You want to go the other way, like. But like the good ones, I'm good with, like sell or a la carte.
What was that crap?
Oh man, friggin' Helsing Abridged.
Look at that! Look at that crap!
I can't, for the life of me, remember how to do Alucard's voice.
It's basically the same
all of my friends at one time were watching it from Team 4-Star, and the thing that really annoyed me was how, like, in one is like how I can't seem to do the voice now, but I swear, like, whenever I go to say, ooh, you jiggy dick wobble, like, I can say it perfectly.
Why am I not touching
I can't remember how to do the voice. And it bugs me so much I can't do the voice.
Fireball!
The funny thing is, like, if you can do Cell, you can do the same. You can do the fucking voice of Alucard, which is so easy.
I know!
It's like,
and it's such crap.
It's crap, but it's funny. But like, I think you probably just pulled it off right now. Well. I leave for a day, and the Nazis are invading, while the Catholics are crusading. Anderson! It's only been 2 days, but it feels like years. And you, I want to say Logan? Oh, watch out for
Get that bitch a cannon. Bitches love cannons.
Get that bitch a cannon. Bitches love cannons.
God damn it, I'm so jealous right now that you're doing it so well.
It's like, I've been able to do this since like fucking middle school, so like, it's hilarious.
It was high school for me when it was coming out.
Fucking like,
and I could do it perfectly, and I couldn't do Cell, but now I can do Cell, but I can't do frickin' Alucard.
Oh, you virgins are doing that. Me, I'm making progress.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we completely forgot him.
We forgot him in this fireball, huh?
Uh-oh. Rape.
Wait, what?
Mother effer stuck him with his tongue.
Yep. Seen enough hentai, I know where that's going.
We just go quiet for a second and then just out of nowhere. Rape!
That frog, he's got thick thighs in his eyes.
Hey, there's the flip-flop.
That's another fun one I like to do.
Yeah.
Fucking, I like to do fucking Super Tommy Guru. That's another funny one.
No!
I want TV. Horror TV. I can do Popo pretty well. Heck you on a bitch. First, it's the dirt. First, it's you. Then it's the dirt. Then it's the worms inside of dirt. Popo stool. Kami.
And Mr. Popo.
And Popo.
Did I do that well?
You did do it well. Only one I wish I could do.
I used to be able to do women's voices and men's voices, but then I slowly went like without like hitting like that whole like peaking thing or whatever during puberty, and just went straight into.
You know, talking like the ultimate man. With the ultimate genes that have been passed down through the Armstrong family line for generations.
Oh my fucking god.
Yes, I can do that, and that's one of my proudest things I've learned.
I think the proudest thing is I can kind of pull off Skeletor. Very kind of.
You think you can do better than me, you buffoon?
I don't want to feel good. I want to feel evil.
I don't want to feel good. I want to feel evil.
I'm not nice.
I'm not nice.
Yes, my children.
No, I messed it up.
You better
Use your fuzzy hide in my teeth, you
them.
furry buffoon.
Furry? Excuse
you overgrown flea goat.
Uh-oh.
Who is this? Who is this Papyrus I keep hearing about?
He sent a shock in my anus.
Papyrus? I don't know. Don't care.
I've never heard of the guy.
Are you sure about that?
Nobody telling me my twin brother.
I've been trying my best to hold in the laughter, but every time you say that, I just instantly think of like the hole in the wall and just John Cena just peering through. Just, are you sure about that?
Just Skeletor's face is melting off. All you hear is John Cena pokes through. Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Oh, when he's looking in the freaking the freaking what is it? What does he look through? The tub of crap. What was it?
The tub of crap.
The freaking what he watches.
That itself sounds like a tub of crap.
It does not sound like a tub of crap to me.
Are you referring to my crystal ball that I see on people's gray skull?
Something. Doesn't he look like in a freaking? Isn't it like a cauldron? Doesn't he look through a cauldron?
You know, for all the years I've seen He-Man shows or whatever, I honestly can't remember if he does or not.
I don't know. I think it is a crystal ball, but I think it varies actually. It depends.
Because all he's gonna do is look inside there, and John Cena's gonna be like, "Are you sure about that?"
John Cena every episode.
I found the redneck.
On these here parts.
Oh, screw this guy. He has an awesome design, but his mission sucks.
Judging by the smell, I bet you a bathtub sank in the mud long ago.
What's a bathtub?
Man, if I had to categorize the worst mission in the entire game to collect a power cell, it would be this.
Little paws
it's not that difficult, it's just tedious.
Hip hog, Farley.
tedious and annoying.
For nigh on to a coon's age.
Man.
I've been putting out his favorite snack.
I'm kind of glad all these guys died in Jak too.
Keep stealing them.
Yeah. And the worst part is that they actually reference the hip hog he has, which I thought was such a cool thing until I remembered, oh yeah, that mission.
Yeah.
It was like PTSD all over again.
Those rats will be back any time.
Flashbacks to the
Shoot
fucking
all them rats.
hog
Keep
war.
from eating at least one of them snakes.
The prophecy has been fulfilled.
Spam, 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 spam. How is this hard? All you gotta do is spam.
You can spam, but it's like some of them like you have to keep turning to the sides, and then some of them like sneak over to like the far left or
That's why you
right.
just ricochet.
Far fucking shithole. Fire fucking shithole.
Oh, come on now, you gotta clean up your old house, old Billy Bob.
It's like
it's
like Centipede. You gotta predict.
Fucking shit at it.
You gotta predict a little bit.
I tell you what, I better not hear you about that damn mole in my house. Those are gonna rip up my propane and propane accessories and roast the bones.
In my ass. He was.
You gotta do Boomhauer. Nobody is gonna be able to do Boomhauer.
Freaking.
I think I do a pretty good impression if I know what I have to
Wait,
say.
how long do I have to keep killing them for?
Until it ends.
When does it
That's
end?
the problem.
When does it end though?
Yay.
I think it ends. It just. I think it's like 3 or 4 waves. I think.
All right, that's simple enough.
I think it's that many, but then like the later waves are like swaths of rats.
Wait, I can't. That's stupid that you can't just like lose one at a time. But if you lose one, it's over though.
Yeah, that's part of why it's so tedious.
That's some Dark Souls level stuff right there.
You're right about that, I tell you what.
You ain't about that shit.
Where's your propane nightmare?
Did you see my my text that was in the comments as well right after you said that? I put nightmare accessories too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I did. Oh, you know what you realize would be fun as fuck?
Yeah.
Play the Gravity Rush remastered like Shovel Knight. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially fucking stupid.
Well,
I did it. That was easy.
Had to shoot.
I beat Shovel Knight. I'm working my way through.
No, you didn't. You didn't beat Shovel Knight until you fought Kratos.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kratos and the Battletoads.
Oh fuck.
I hear people tell me.
Xbox only though.
People have been telling me that fight is canon with Kratos.
It is. Ironically, it takes place right before 4.
Wait, what? Right before what?
It takes place that whole fight where they meet takes place between between God of War 4 or Dad of Boy and
Dad of Boy.
Dad of Boy.
Dad of Boy.
Dad of Boy.
Fucking between 3 and that.
That face falling so hard right
How?
now. I'm gonna make that a picture. Dad of Boar.
That can't take place between. That can't take place 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I mean 3 and 4 because where's his scar?
His scar's faded over time, man.
Yeah, but you said it takes place 3 and 4.
The belly scar?
Yeah. The one where he like stabbed himself.
Where the great Sword of Olympus, yeah.
Yeah.
In what game does it fade?
What?
No. It's like it's faded in like 4.
Ah, okay.
No, but
you know, that's another one of those things that I really hate when they do it is like when they go and like make a remake of a game, but then they like slap on the same exact title and then they put the year it comes out.
That's not a
like
remake.
Doom 2016.
The new God of War wasn't a remake.
No, I'm saying like Doom.
With Doom, it's a whole other story. Yeah, it's a fun game.
Fun
it's
game,
good.
but I still can't stand the like. Oh yeah, I'm playing Doom. What, you're playing that old thing? I wish. I'm playing the 2016 one. Oh.
I think the ironic thing is that it's actually a continuation of the like old Doom franchise
What
too.
is this crap?
Uh-huh.
Like I'm not even kidding. It's like officially like a canon thing. Like it
What?
goes Doom 2, then it goes Doom 64. Doom 3 is a whole other Doom guy, and then Doom 2016.
At least they didn't do this. At least they didn't do that same thing and just go 20. What year did?
Finish your sentence.
What was it? I'm trying to remember. Has Eternal come out yet?
No,
not yet.
It's gonna be
I was
good
gonna say, at least
it's gonna be good,
at least they're calling it Doom Eternal instead of just going Doom 2019.
Or just Doom 2.
Yeah, nobody really,
And
it's like,
then
it's
falling into
called
that
it.
same like sports title year trap or whatever. You know what I mean?
No, I think it's like Doom 20,
like NFL
2016.
2007, NFL
Everybody
08,
called it that though.
NFL 09.
It's like everybody called it Doom 2016. It's not actually called Doom 2016. Why? Like it just is that way. I don't know, but
Pretty much.
it's Doom 2016, but it's like they call it that because there's been like not only that Doom, you have a few other Dooms too.
Yeah.
My balloon.
So it's just easier to call it like you have the
Don't
original
you know
Doom.
how to say hello, Georgie?
No.
Hiya, Georgie.
We all float down here.
I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd sink like a rock.
As you'll see in my update video or whatever, if you actually watch it tomorrow, on my fedora or whatever, I've got like a Pennywise, aren't you gonna say hello pin on the back of the hat?
Go on.
I think I'm funny.
In my case, I just got like a really pissed off Link button.
You mean Lunk?
It is long. It's like that one version of Link that's like no nose. It's just like that one like constantly frowning, like open a gaped mouth, or it's just like looks like he's about to
No,
scream into the abyss.
cyanide and happiness.
Yeah.
The Lunk.
Kind of like that.
The hammer of time.
Speaking of what's it called, Zelda, I actually recently went to Target and I found like a $8 thing for like 4 like big hard like enamel pin things or whatever that are Legend of Zelda related, and I also found a PS2 keychain as well.
What does that mean?
Favorite console. PS2 keychain.
Awesome.
Fight me. Dang it.
$2 at Target.
That's fucking sick.
And it's really good looking too, and it's even got the what's it called? The secondary PS2 version, where like that little blue tab where it doesn't have the super smaller port on. It's just the hookup symbol.
They ought to provide enough power to lift that boulder. There we go. Now be careful facing that monster lurker at the top.
Wait! I'll stay here and protect Kira.
Pretty good.
Jack, I think you're ready to handle that monster without me.
Oh, really heroic of you.
I think the
Oh
coolest thing
yeah.
is like
I touched the laser.
Yeah, trying to think of like other voices I can do as well.
I can do Skeletor, I can do, of course, like Alucard and fucking.
Uh,
the hell?
you do. All you gotta do is animate some crap. That's all you gotta do, animate.
Okay, so
the one I'm shit at though is like I can't do like.
Oh hi, big man.
I can't do
that's
that
a nice
shit.
mustache you got. Oh, that's a beard. I mean, that's your mouth.
I can do imperfect cell, I can do perfect cell, I can't do fucking semi-perfect. I've said it that.
Oh yeah, what was their name? It was Cortex and Dr. Nefarious.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot will fill my round.
You know what the funny thing is?
Get me the crystals!
I think it was like, I forget which one it was, but like, there was like an iteration of him, or it was like, it was him or fucking, what was his name? Uka who was fucking voiced. No, it was like either him or Uka who was voiced by Mr. Krabs, like the dude who voices Mr. Krabs.
Oh yeah, and Twin Sanity. Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I think he, no, I don't think he was also like, he also voice acted like Uka in the freaking the Reed. Like
oh, I died. Okay, touching the lava, you die instantly. All right.
Yeah.
No Legend of Zelda stuff like, hey man, Link burns his butt on lava all the time. You don't see him dying instantly.
Well, this ain't Link.
So he has blonde hair, elf ears.
Yeah, hair is basically green. Link has a freaking hat.
He has a animal sidekick.
I was about to say, they both have an animal guy of some sort, albeit Link has a fairy.
Well, that's still an animal.
Yeah.
Well, that's the case in freaking like Ocarina of Time and.
You guys remember Ty, the freaking boomerang game, right?
Tasmanian Tiger.
Yeah.
Tasmanian Tiger.
Yeah.
I remember that. First one was good. Second one, was iffy.
That's the one game I always tell everybody about it, but like nobody ever knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
What?
But there's this old shooter game, and it's like stupid because think of it like graphic violence meets fucking absolutely dumb fucking like stuffed animals shooting game basically. Like you basically play as this like 6 animal group thing, all of them stuffed animals, all your enemies are stuffed animals like stuffed bears and shit. You basically go on a massacre through various areas with various types of guns, from simple like pistols all the way up to freaking plasma laser guns of just instant destruction. And destroying tons and tons of buildings and stuff.
A few games sound similar to that, but nothing exactly like that.
The name of that game is called Fur Fighters.
Called what now?
Okay, that does ring a bell.
They slapped on hills like a...
Oh, I did it, boys!
You did.
Great work! The people of
Apparently, if you like stand on like the very edge of the middle platform, you can just, even if the ball hits the platform, it won't hurt you.
Careful. It looks like the lurkers
I
have
can't
rigged
remember
the whole
exactly where the
earth
spot
with
is.
explosives.
I think it's on like the
When you
far
reach the
left.
volcanic crater, be sure to visit the Red Sage's lab and activate the teleport gate so that Father and I can join
To
you.
look into that, but so speaking about like that animating thing and whatnot, I want to get into that eventually once I have like a job and I get the money together to get like the proper like drawing equipment or whatever, like you know, small template thing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Don't you just love trees and leaves? Especially when they block your path.
Save a lot, use cut.
Beedoo
Come on,
use cut.
boyos.
Wait, can Beatles use cup? What?
What kind of a fucking Beedoo are you thinking?
Spagoof, use cut.
Shut up, shut up.
Spagoof, use
I don't know
down.
what's wrong with me, but for the past like half a year, I've been having such trouble with like stuttering on my freaking words.
Dark magician, use cut.
Magician.
Dark Magician.
I choose you.
Geikomon, you use cut.
Dark magician.
Dark magician. I die.
Dark
magician. Mathematician.
Dark McGuffin.
Dark mathematician, use cut.
Mathematician.
It's like an emo teacher. What's the
Mathematician, use divide.
Divide by 0.
I'm gonna divide by 0.
And cut his life points down by divide his life points by 0.
This useless card
It's an
takes your own life.
insta-kill, you cheat.
That's a treat.
No, that's an insta-kill, you cheated
Nature,
bitch.
you skank. Leave me alone, nature.
No, you dick. That's a cheat. There's no such fucking spell like that. What the fuck are you bringing to the table, He-Man? What the hell is Man and Arms got you
I
on?
play the card that kills you instantly because you're ugly.
No, my one weakness.
It
Aside
kills.
from landslide beams.
It kills anybody that doesn't have a face instantly.
That's the biggest fucking dick move.
Just bully him in
You
a
just
card
have like
game.
a secondary face melting, but instead it's his skull this time.
Hey man, he should just get a prosthetic face.
No, my beautiful face. Your face, man.
He needs to get synthetic skin.
Just shove clay in his face.
Hey,
You won't tell the
Clayface
difference.
did it all the time until he turned into Clayface.
You
know
won't
what
tell
I
the
just
difference
realized?
until
What's
he
fucking wrong with
goes
him?
somewhere warm, and then
I
it just starts getting all
I
cracked and
wish they
stuff.
would
And he starts
put-
looking like 2017 Pennywise
I
No,
want
you know what
the
you look like?
from the
You know what you
original
look like?
movies.
You look like fucking Giant Dad.
giant dad. I don't know what that. Oh wait, yeah, I do. Never mind.
Oh, shut up, you.
Oh, shut up, you.
Whoo! That's a hole. I don't want to go in.
You want to find out?
You're pregnant?
I don't want to hear it from you, you triple-faced twat. You put yourself in that mess. I tried to take off one mask and another one appears beneath it. What the fuck is this
Hey
sorcery?
man, you leave Kakashi out of this. He's my boy.
Wait,
No, I think
wait,
this is
who
all that
said anything
Totoro
about
shit.
Kakashi?
You said underneath the mask was another mask.
Right, that whole thing. I was thinking more like Dotoro. That
I
new
wasn't even
anime.
thinking of that.
Oh, Totoro? Yeah, that's the prosthetic mask I was talking about. I thought I was hoping somebody would get my
Underneath
reference.
mask is
I've been
another
watching that.
mask. Pretty cool, right?
Were you shocked to
That was
find
one
out?
of the most. That was one of those episodes that I was just like watching it, and I was like, "What is underneath the mask?" And then it goes like another mask, and I'm already like flipping my freaking table, and I'm like, "Fuck!"
No. And then
Oof.
it's secretly, it's a mole. Like, psych
Rabbit
bitch, you're
teeth.
thought you knew.
And then I go and watch, what's it called, Boruto, and they have that one episode where like you actually see him without his mask on, and I'm like,
Oh no,
and then
no,
they show
no!
up
What
the
are you
reveal that it
talking
actually
about?
is
That was in
Kakashi.
Naruto, wasn't it?
No, that was in Boruto, where he had the like purple lines on his face, and he was pretending to be a photographer.
Oh, right,
Like,
that.
Help me get some good pictures of a What the fuck is wrong with me?
Kakashi.
And then that's all, folks.
I was gonna say, you sound like more like that one dude from like that one kid with freaking like a what do you call it? I forget what it's called.
Friggin' Jimmy from South Park.
Pretty much.
Wait, no, not Jim. Wait, is his name Jimmy? The guy with the
I think
crutches?
it is Jimmy. It's Jimmy, I think.
Yeah, it's Jimmy.
No,
You guys not
Jimmy's
watch
the guy with the
South Park?
wheelchair.
No, that's
Timmy.
The one
Timmy.
with the wheelchair.
It's
like,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
That's
No,
Timmy.
it's Timmy.
That's not Timmy.
Timmy, that's it. Timmy. Okay.
Yeah,
Jimmy, the one with the
Jimmy was
crutches.
the one. He was the crutch one. He stuttered like You know what's my favorite episode?
What?
Remember the camp? Remember the camp where it was like all the kids with fucking
Carving
issues
eggs.
like that?
Yeah.
Fucking the AIDS one. The Asperger's one.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
The one where he goes with fucking Cthulhu and shit.
I don't know. My two reactions to that episode were basically, is this or is this not cool? And should I feel concerned because I have Asperger's?
Like, you never know. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
Good work. You beat them to the detonator. The Red Sage's lab
Man,
is
my
just
favorite
ahead.
episode.
Go turn on the teleport
What
gate
was
so
it
we
like?
can join you.
God damn. I can't decide between the episode where Cartman literally feeds a kid his parents in a chili eating contest.
Oh yeah.
Or cooking contest. Or damn it, what was that other episode?
And then licks his tears. You forgot he licks his tears.
Yeah. And what was it? The
And you do realize, I think, I forget, but I think that was
multi-part special with like
No.
Satan and what's his name, Stalin.
You do,
Right, that
you
one.
guys
No,
realize that,
that
right?
was
Stalin, that wasn't Stalin, that was like, fucking, what was his name? That was the other one.
God damn, what was his name?
Oh wait, I forgot to ask you guys is why in God's name did I see the Colonel dancing with Mrs. Butterworth? Watching TV, all I see is a commercial, the Colonel dancing with Mrs. Butterworth.
Holy your cow! The Red Sage's lab looks worse than the Blues.
Well, it definitely looks as though there's been a struggle here.
Dark Elf. He ugly.
How would you want to bet, like, he would...
Certainly not.
Oh, look.
The Red Sage gave
It's
up with
this
so
bitch.
little effort.
No, wait, no, bootleg, Mother effing J Cups.
Bigger bitch.
No,
finally gone off
Mother
the deep
effing
end,
J
eh?
Cups.
And Maya, I told you the
Gary
dark ego would affect you
fucking
both.
Oak.
Nobody ever.
And
Same old story.
Caroline
What have
fucking
you
Oak
done
or
to the
something, I don't know.
Red Sage's?
Ashley. Just that bitch Ashley.
You old fool.
You're Saxon.
Batchley.
Yes.
They have graciously agreed to
Gatsley?
help us in a little project.
Gatchley.
You were wrong, same old.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to say like yacht, but instead it's like Gatsley.
We've learned its
The Ashley.
secrets.
But
And now
seriously,
we
like,
can
you know who
reshape
she looks
the
like?
world to our
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but
You can't control
the fucking
dark ego
daughter
by
of that fucking
itself.
asshole from 2.
Even the precursors.
Until now, we've had to scrape by with what little dark ego
You know what I'm talking
we could
about?
find
Fucking
on the surface.
Praxis.
But soon, we will have
Like his
access
fucking
to
daughter?
the vast stores of dark ego. hidden
I'm
deep
sorry, but I got caught up in what we were talking about, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, the silos. They
Bitchley.
will be opened, and
With
all the
big
dark
tits.
ego of the world
Big Tits McGee, that's what
will
her
be
name.
ours.
But that's
What movie
impossible.
was it?
Only a precursor.
No, not the movie.
don't
Like,
look so
remember how,
upset,
like, she looks like
Samus.
the chick,
We've
like,
got
the
big
daughter of
plans for you.
Baron Praxis. from 2.
Oh, Ashlyn.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That was Gull? The same Gull who's supposed to change me
Oh yeah,
back?
Mr. Krabs did
Gull
Baron
is
Praxis
the guy
2.
trying to
I thought
kill
that was crazy when I first heard about that.
That
We
was
may
awesome.
all be doomed.
Wasn't there, like,
I
other
was
ones?
like,
If they open the silos,
I'm just thinking to
the
myself,
dark
like,
ego will
that
twist
would
and
technically
destroy
make sense
everything
if
it
they were the
touches.
same
We
species, one way
simply
or the other.
must get to their citadel
Yeah.
to stop them.
Clancy, that's the dude's name, Clancy Brown.
Through the lava tube
But
in the
then you'd
bottom
end
of
up
this
with,
crater.
like,
A few
Pearl
more
and
power cells
Ashlyn.
and your zoomer's heat shield
Like,
should get you
yeah.
across the lava safely.
All right, my boy. You
You know, that's good. That's a funny image. Just like that's another image I'm now gonna go ahead and draw. Is just like Baron Praxis and Mr. Krabs standing next to each other, and they're just looking at their daughters, but they've like cross-dressed with each other. So like, Pearl has Ashland's clothes on, and then Pearl has Ashland's clothes on.
They'd probably be like, change. Yeah, that would. What the fuck? Hold the fuck?
There are spiders in the spider cave.
I just went to the Wikipedia page for this dude.
Of course there are
and
spiders in spider
okay,
caves.
apparently he was Lex Luthor in various media. Neil Cortex, of course, from 1997 to 2003. Surtur in Thor Ragnarok.
Before those monsters get their hands on them.
Oh, remember the giant flame dude from Ragnarok?
Yeah.
That was him.
D. Snyder voiced him?
No. Fucking Clancy Brown. That's the name of the dude who voices Mr. Krabs.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about. I'm just looking at my phone, looking at what he's playing, and I just see like Goal and Maya, and I'm just thinking to myself like, are you talking about Goal? Because I'm like,
Maya up to?
I don't think D. Snyder's alive anymore. So I don't know how he would have played the big fire dude from Ragnarok.
I'll eat my bum.
Man, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
It would be. I'm going through this shit. I'm just going through this shit, and I'm finding crazy shit left and right.
What's this?
This gondola seems to
It's
be
just crazy when you look at like a certain actor and see all the stuff that they voiced, and you're like, no way!
You know the saddest one though? The saddest one?
It's going to take 72
So you know how you know JoJo, right? Like fucking all that jazz.
on the way to Gaul and Maya's Citadel.
And of course you know fucking Fullmetal Alchemist. The voice actor for Hohenheim, the
How could
Japanese
you
one.
possibly doubt these amazing muscles of perfection passed down to the Armstrong family line for generations?
I want you guys to look at what I just did because that just like confused
Sorry, I just
me.
love getting in that voice.
I know, but just look what just happened.
Yeah, I just saw.
What?
My character.
What happened?
I broke that for a second, and I fell through the ground. Man, I didn't even touch the lava and I died. I touched a rock.
Oh man, the friggin' thing is lagging behind on my end.
Yeah, that's a delay.
A little bit.
Here we go. You're by the big machine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Snowy Mountains is also another cool area I like.
Oh yeah.
Snowy Mountains. I'm not done yet.
Nope.
Man. No, you got Snowy Mountains, and then you have one of the most hated areas in the entire game coming up.
The Citadel?
No.
No.
Spider Caves.
Oh, that's where I'm heading.
Yeah.
Oof.
Probably literally the only reason why I don't like Spider Caves, and I love everything else about it, is specifically that one power cell by the entrance.
Fuck that power cell.
Why can't you guys get it?
Okay, so when you go into Spider Caves, if you look behind you in the pillar, like that the cards go around, you'll see that there's a metal box. To open that metal box, which houses the power cell, you gotta go into Spider Caves, you climb up a section of rocks or whatever, you get some yellow eco from one of the vents, and then you have to make a madman's dash straight back to the entrance, which you can very easily fuck up, and then you have to, with blind accuracy, hit the metal box, or you have to do all that over again.
Hold up, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab some shit to drink.
Got water with me in my beach barrel.
Yeah, roll.
So, but yeah, I love everything else about Spider Caves.
Oh, ah. Nope, alright, didn't think that would kill me. Fucking roll. Tuck. Ouch.
Man, are there any good voices you can do?
No. Not that I can think of.
And I'm back.
Everything just.
I remember what I was saying.
Random.
He has returned.
So I remember what I was saying. What I was saying was basically the Japanese actor for Hohenheim and the Japanese voice actor for Old Joseph. He's fucking dead.
Us too. Well, we gotta be moving on. Nothing to see here.
Oh yeah, and he has a bunch of other stuff too. He's just like fucking dead.
Actually, we want power
Fucking had like I think it was like throat cancer.
Oh jeez.
Throat cancer for a voice actor, and he died immediately after doing his last role as freaking Joseph Joestar.
And we might be
How
willing
ironic.
to part with them for 90 orbs each.
Where have I heard that before? Hey,
That kind of reminds me of how sad and disappointed I was whenever I realized in like 2018 that what was his name? Damn it, he played the genie in Aladdin.
Yeah.
He died in 2014, I think.
2016, I think.
Oh, 2016. It took me like a little over 2 years to find out that he died. I thought he was still kicking.
Yeah.
I was wondering why I wasn't seeing any like movies like starring him.
Yeah, he's just straight up fucking hung himself, fucking whatever, overdoses and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just going through all this stuff this dude has done. And all I gotta say is, sweet Christ. He has done a lot of stuff.
Who?
Clancy Brown, the voice of Mr. Krabs.
Oh. A lot of people.
He's done a lot of stuff for like superhero stuff.
Okay. Okay. Where am I?
He was in Robot Chicken. That's kind of interesting.
Robo.
He was?
Chicken.
Yeah. He was in there for the DC special.
Ah.
Gorilla Grodd.
That sounds pretty fitting. Like the whole rumbly voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
In
watch
video
the
games,
classic
I'm
Batman again.
He was Cortex in Crash 2, in Fallout, he was a character in like the original one. Spyro, he's a bunch. A lot of Crash games, he was a bunch. You all know this. SpongeBob, of course, he's gonna be using this for Krabs. Jack Tooie is fucking Praxis. We all know that.
Yeah.
Jack 3, he was Praxis again. He was Hades in God of War 3.
Wait, what?
Mr. Krabs was Hades.
That's cool.
The only lines I remember him saying were during his boss fight.
And like on the way in.
Oh yeah, that too.
Let's see what else.
But wait, Baron Praxis was in like had a voice in 3?
Yeah, he made like a little short appearance. He was also
no, I'm talking
in...
about Jack.
Yeah.
I've reactivated the gondola. It can take you to Snowy Mountain.
I forget when,
Use
but
it
it
whenever
does.
you want.
I don't remember him ever having a voice after 2.
Also, Battles Royale, he was in there too, and like I think it was like towards kind of like the beginning of 3 where they kind of showed that. I don't know.
Meanwhile, on my way to Snowy Mountain.
He hasn't really done many other game stuff in all those.
Top.
Yeah. He hasn't seen. He did do the original Saints Row though. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
And
I
in
can
Detroit
also...
Becomes Human, he was Hank.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
Yeah, I was gonna say I can also do Dark and Nefarious.
Shoot.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think of like some line that he says, but I can't think of anything other than squashies.
trying to be like another place I could possibly use. I'm just like,
I remember chocolate.
I think the funny thing is like, you know how at the end, like, Celsing's fucking my way? I could do that entire thing in that voice.
Those
I'm not even
rocks,
kidding.
that's gonna kill me.
Like, okay, like I actually fucking showed that off at a friggin' like at the friggin' convention over here, and it made people fucking lose their shit.
I clipped through that thing. It didn't even hurt me.
I'm not even kidding. Like I fucking got like.
They had some pretty forgiving hitboxes in this game.
Oh heck yeah.
What the fuck are you? I died. I touched it.
Oh, that thing.
I did the exact same thing.
We all did.
Hey-ya!
Probably one of my favorite enemies in the entire game is the ice lurker.
You mean that thing that I just destroyed? That one
Yeah,
tap?
it's like... Yeah, like it jumps up, it puffs up, it has spikes come out of it, and then it comes rushing at you like an Iron Maiden from Resi 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was something I had to catch.
Nope.
I died. I thought I could throw that back at him.
This is not Ocarina of Time, sir.
Not Ocarina of Time, and that is not Ganondorf.
They did that in Wind Waker also. What are you talking about?
They did that in a lot of Zelda games.
Page 394.
2 hours later.
Oh, wait, what was the sage? Sage. Who was the guy's name that would? Oh, Nell was it? That was guarding the sage.
What?
Who was the guy that guarded the sage, the great sage in Dragon Ball Z? You know, the fat man.
Huh?
Nail?
Yeah, Nail.
Yeah.
He's like, I saw a bird.
No, that was Guru. That was Guru.
Yeah, the
Guru. It was pretty.
That sounds so anticlimactic for such an epic voice.
Owie.
No.
Balls hurt.
It's all bird.
Like, the voice that could end worlds is just like, that was pretty.
That was pretty. No. No. No.
Oh, that reminds me of the Lawrence thing with Dr. Nefarious. Lawrence! Lawrence! Where are you?
Just remembered.
I need my Switch so I can finish my epic comedy romantic space opera.
You know, I just remembered. My fucking god. I just remembered. Fucking. I just remembered, like, the whole thing was like.
Yeah.
Fucking. That whole, like, with Krillin, like, oh, sir! We're from Earth! Like, kill it like the rest.
It's a
hell. There's an albino space in the back end behind you. Sir, I'm actually from Earth! Kill it like the rest. No, it was like... Well, there's an albino in the back end behind you. Kill it like the rest. Sir, actually I'm from Earth! Kill it like the rest. That's like one of my favorites. It's just like... fucking like, and then it was like... You have it. Just don't steal the TV. We don't have a TV. Earl, Gather the Dragon Balls. So we're gonna work for every day.
Probably one of my favorite lines is just the, what's it called? The, I have been laid dormant for thousands of years. Who dares unleash me? Hey, Vegeta. Oh, it's you. What do you want?
Some bad guys.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
bitch.
cool.
You forgot Piccolo does it too.
I can kind of do Vegeta too. Jesus Christ.
Eh?
I missed.
You're not dealing with the average Saiyan anymore. You are now dealing with the Super Saiyan.
Oh no, not this again. Don't you fucking dare!
I am now the legendary Super Saiyan.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my God!
No!
You fucking remember the fucking like.
This is the 4th time that you brought that up.
No. Remember the one where he's like Goku's like, I swear I've been here before. Fucking that whole. Remember when he actually wins Super Saiyan?
Is this what deja vu feels like? Huh. Weird. Blah blah blah, heroic speeches. You have no idea how repetitive it gets, so I've come up with a little game.
I'ma deck you in the schnoz. I don't fucking think. That's gonna be fun.
Oh no!
That's a new one. I'm sorry. Come again?
I'ma deck you in the schnoz. That whole.
That was the first time that I was legitimately impressed with the fact that Team Forsoft has actually surprised me with what they were gonna say next.
It just like there's been a lot
I
of
had
times
never expected in a million years, and afterwards, that Goku would say the phrase, "I'm gonna deck you in the schnoz."
Never once would you ever expect that. Nor would you expect him to be actually smart at the end of like towards the middle and end of 60. Just fucking I fucking love DBZ abridged. It's like my favorite, along with fucking JoJo abridged, because you know what they do?
Yeah.
They make Dio Tim Curry. No, he's always like, I do. No, he sounds like.
Yeah, there we go. There it is.
Spot on purpose. I do.
Dio.
I do. We you're not Joestar.
It's like so pompous.
It's perfect.
I love it.
It's the best part.
Man. I especially love the ending episode with Helsing abridged.
Fucking ending. It's like, why the fuck was he a cyborg?
Why the
Yeah, wait, what was
Why
it?
the fuck was he a cyborg?
What?
How the hell?
Why the fuck was he a cyborg?
Wait, why the fuck was he a cyborg? What the fuck?
Me and my friend would not stop joking about that after we found out that the last episode eventually aired.
Yeah, it was like the best part. I'm like, you're gay.
Oh, hello there.
Just
Oh,
that.
hello.
That was just
Going to
a
die.
great series. That hold up, I'm gonna see if I can find that fucking. I remember there was this funny. I'm gonna pull up the fucking JoJo Bridge thing. I'm gonna so you can just do real pop pass in a second.
Batman.
If there's one person who's more pompous than me, it's Dio.
Houdini.
I do agree.
Jeez, that is really pompous.
I do agree.
Now, fuck this.
Yes, Ronald.
Fuck the shit out of him. Fuck the shit out of him.
Hey man, all you gotta
Fucking.
do is stop at the
Here we go. I found it. It's like the comment special, and it's beautiful. Because he's not only doing it like that fucking way, but he's also doing it like he's reading a book and he's like, "I welcome you to the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Comic Special." Sorry, me.
Yeah, but watch that.
No. It's so fucking stupid and pompous.
I keep walking in circles.
Oh man, this.
So like, I think the better thing is like Jotaro's voice for it. It's like massive orgy. I mean, comic special. Yeah, that's what I totally meant.
The Dio in that abridged is basically like the Tosh.0 of JoJo at that point.
Pretty much. Just this
Let's
comic
splash
special.
all over the walls. Yes, fine work of me, Dio.
Dio. It's funny those bitches need to move out of the way. Vanilla Ice. That whole fucking.
I forgot he says it that way.
Vanilla Ice. Just like I can't stop laughing whenever I do this fucking voice. It's so fucking beautiful. Like, you know what's my favorite thing? He goes in that monologue about ruling the world. He's like, why can't I move? Why can't I like? No, motherfucker! No! Bullshit! Bullshit!
Bullshit!
I can do this.
Like, just imagine that with like.
I can't
like,
do this.
Fucking Tim Curry's like.
Okay, what is it?
Like, it's the end episode. It's like the last episode, like the last 10-20 seconds.
I know, not what he was saying. Oh, the bird thing.
Out flying.
Oh, right.
What am I supposed to be doing, actually?
Just getting the button.
Get on the bird. Touch this.
Get on the bird, and then jump on that button.
Okay. I had a feeling there was something for that. I wasn't stuck on it. I thought I could fly across. I thought I could fly across.
It's just like. Did you not notice the button there?
I thought it was for something else.
You know what I'm wondering?
What?
I'm wondering how the fuck would Ganondorf sound if he was actually voice acting?
Oh man.
Or like half those Ocarina of Time characters.
Only
yeah.
Zelda has been voiced. And she's British.
Oh
Of
god.
course. She sounds like fucking Adon.
I mean, I like her voice actor.
No, I'm not saying
that...
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying she sounds like Adon from Turok 2.
And I think Impa's voiced too.
Turok, save the children, Turok.
I mean, all the characters are always voiced. They would just make noises though in the old games.
Yeah, like that surprise gap.
Yeah, like that.
Fucking.
Man.
The worst one was Ocarina of Time 3D's fucking voice acting thing for Zelda that way.
Oh, you sack of crap.
Remember that?
Oh man. I know that not a lot of people would agree, but being one of the few people who can actually understand them, I would have loved to see a version of like the Breath of the Wild Zelda, but instead of British, it's Irish.
I mean, did you not
like,
know you could read?
severely
Did you not know you could read it
Irish.
though? You can read.
What the fuck are you talking about, you fucking language? Well, fucking tear your dick off.
You guys realize that,
No,
right? They told us
Zelda.
what their writing
Scottish
was.
Zelda.
I mean, we already got a Scottish Pokemon.
That's all you gotta say is just I.
Yeah, I know we already have
And everybody knows what you're talking about.
They ran out of
Except
gems.
everybody.
They ran out
have no
of
idea.
gems, and now they're going on to weapons. Pokemon gun and rifle.
Okay, first they went off. Okay, guys, here we go. It goes red,
colors,
blue, green, and then then you go to precious stuff like diamonds, pearls, and platinums, which are still kind of colors. And then you go black, white, black 2, white 2, oh, bit of a misstep there. X,
You have,
Y,
like-
okay, what the fuck are you doing? Omega
like one of
Ruby,
those
Alpha
images
Sapphire.
with like the brain like activity like not very powered up with like the colors.
Yeah, it's like one of those.
And then you had it like slightly lit up more for the metals. You had it really lit up for the just like, what was it called, for the letters and the sun and moon. And then it's like completely like
X and Y. Don't forget about X and Y.
Existence the moment you go with Pokemon Gun.
Wait, did you already say X and Y?
Pokemon Gun.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Z.
Z never became a thing.
I know, but it's
We're gonna
XYZ.
include that, but yeah.
That's one of those things that really annoys me. Is like,
yeah,
if you're gonna use letters, don't skip a letter.
No,
skip out on a letter.
And another one is, if you're gonna do black and white, then go with the fucking thing in between, gray.
Let me tell you this. You know
They can't really go gray since they're already
the legendary
in the
Z was
middle
gonna be that snake,
similar.
right?
Eh?
The legendary for Z was gonna be the snake creature that you find in the
Yeah.
cave. Yeah, I
fucking Zygarde.
Yeah, I caught all of them.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I'd imagine that a Z would be like a snake or something.
Wait, yeah, can he like separate his body into like smaller ones?
You can, and you can also like form one big one that basically looks like a combination of fucking Optimus Prime and Cell.
Metal Gear, roll out.
Metal Gear. Colonel.
Roll out. Colonel.
Yeah, see, I can mimic you right there. Colonel.
Dang it, I tried doing the Colonel and then I go straight for Cell. What the fuck?
You know what I think the funny thing is?
What?
Yeah.
Metal Gear. Fucking that. The Colonel is voiced by the same person.
Metal Gear.
Snake, you must disable Metal Gear.
That's the funny thing about it.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
You must disable Dio.
Disable Dio. Good luck getting close enough to his dick for that.
No, not Mr. Gay Vampire.
The dick was a lie.
He's gonna suck me.
The dick was a lie. I already have 4 kids. What the fuck are you going to do?
Nothing, that's what.
Hold on, I can do that better. Nothing, that's what. Wait, that is fucking Alucard. Nothing, that's what.
Freaking Alucard.
Alright, well, guys.
Who the hell is Alucard?
Alan Carter, man.
Now you're doing it.
53% progress.
Oh man, if this video downloading
thing
thing works with my PS4, since that's the main source of where I edit my videos and stuff, if I can get that working, I can properly edit like your streams and make them into comps.
Oh, okay.
Fucking amazing.
And then this whole this stream would specifically be just Dio.
I Neo.
Alright, well that's that.
Just anything 4-star related. Or anything else you can think of.
JoJo Bizarre Adventure Bridge wasn't done by Team 4-Star.
Hold up, everybody.
Wait,
I need you all to calm your nuts and say goodbye to everybody.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Alright, end the stream.
Have you seen Scooby-Doo abridged?
No, thank you.
No.
You are in for a treat.